Well, thank you for joining me for this little coffee conversation that we have going. It's good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I got my little coffee here.
Right. So what'd you get?
I got a caramel macchiato from
Nice.
Simon Cafe, which it's very. I'm really big into bold coffee, so like it's kind of hidden right now.
And I feel like it's the season. It's getting into the right season for the coffee. And everything.
Yeah, finals.
Right.
Yeah, final season.
Yeah. Stress.
Just need that strong coffee.
Yeah, stress, but we're feeling good, right?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
I feel like you
always.
got it.
Oh yeah.
All right. So conversation about you and just your Kent State experience. So let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
Why'd you choose Kent State?
Well, originally at first, I didn't even know if I was gonna go to college, and then I was involved with Upward Bound, and then we went to Kalahari, and then we went to go visit Kent State, and I was like, yo, this is only like 10 minutes away, I gotta go. And honestly, ever since I got here, it's been amazing. So I mean, no regrets.
Yeah, I mean, period. Because I also had the same thing where I was like, I didn't know if college was the right route that I wanted to take, and found Kent State, and this is like the place.
See, that's the thing too, is like even when I got here, like I was pre-nursing at first, but even when I got here, like everybody's been so awesome at my college that like I ended up switching over to public health because I just felt like that was something like I was more passionate in. And plus the nursing curriculum is kind of hard to get into, so.
Yeah. So you also changed your major, because I changed
did,
my major.
yeah.
When did you change your major?
Oh, I did like first year of college.
Same.
Yeah.
I literally did mine after the first semester.
Oh.
It was just because like I think it was, I expected myself to like already know what I wanted out of my college experience, and then
Yeah.
got here and realized actually changing the whole thing.
See, that was my thing, is like I wanted to help people within nursing. Like I wanted, because like at the time I already worked at the hospital, so like
Yeah.
I wanted to help people. But then I started realizing that like a lot of the stuff that like makes people sick and ill is like we don't have a lot of good policies or regulations to really help people out. So I was just like, how can I do that but in my major instead of just nursing?
Yeah,
So
and
then
that's
public
awesome.
health, yeah.
That's awesome, and I'm glad you found that route for yourself.
Oh, yeah.
So going off of that route and kind of talking about like the experience that you've had, why do you think prospective students should kind of start making their home at Kent State, learning more about Kent State, and finding those interests here?
Honestly, I feel like there's just so many majors, and on top of that, like the community is honestly just so amazing. Like it really does feel like I have a second home here, and like all the friends I made, I don't realize it until like I sit down and actually think about it. But like compared to high school, I'm like the friends I've made here, like 30 times as many friends. Like it actually has like a sense of belonging. Like I can walk into the queue and actually see people I know. It's honestly amazing.
Here's a great spot.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Right. And
The
so I
natural
mean,
lighting.
going into that, because we met through student leadership by doing the Peer Success Academy, by both taking the class,
Yeah.
and then by the way, when did you take the?
I took
Peer
mine
Success
my
Academy?
freshman year, my second semester freshman year. So what was that, spring 2022, 23?
Yeah. Well, if you're a junior and I'm a
Yeah.
senior, so then that would have been 22 because I was 21.
Yeah.
And so we met each other through that because we then both became trainers through that. But you've also had like a lot of other leadership experiences on this campus. I mean, if you want to, what are you doing right now? Give us a
What
little.
am I doing right
Yeah,
now?
give us a
Like
little
only
taste.
right now?
Yeah.
Like on campus only?
Maybe just a little, just on campus. A little.
Okay.
Little
So
throw
right
out
now
there.
I'm doing USC. I'm the Center for the College of Public Health. I'm also running for USC president, so that's going to be something coming up in the spring. I'm also a peer success mentor coach. I was a PSM in the past. I'm also technically still doing orientation for TKS, and I am the financial person for my college's club, PHSA. You know?
It's a lot,
Yeah.
but it's fun, right?
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
So what like made you kind of go down that route? What kind of put you in this path of leadership?
Originally, like I just did it because I was just like, I want to be an RA like everyone does. Everybody always starts off wanting to be an RA.
Everybody wants to be an RA.
wants to be an RA. But then I started doing like peer success mentor, and then I started realizing that like I like doing this. I like connecting with people. I like to like actually outreach and like make people want to do better.
Yeah.
And then honestly after that, I just enjoy it. So like I just keep going after like the next leadership opportunity, and like yeah, here I am.
Yeah. Well, and I think too, having that kind of sense of, you just talked about that sense of belonging on campus, finding leadership on this campus, and leadership is a big thing on our campus, but finding that and then taking that, you do kind of make that sense of belonging for yourself, but you also kind of are developing it for other students.
Oh yeah.
And it's really nice to see, because we've always talked about in those positions, you're that familiar face on campus. You're that person somebody knows they can always go to and ask questions to. And it's really nice for them to rely on you, but also kind of nice that you get to rely on them.
Yeah.
And just know that like you're also building a community while they're building theirs.
No, definitely, especially considering like even now, like after becoming a PSA trainer, like my students still come and reach out to me and are like, hey, I need advice on this, which I love. Like I love giving my 2 cents.
Right.
But like it's just amazing. Like, and on top of that, like even students that have had like for my Flashes 101 that I don't even talk to anymore, like they've still reached out to me. They'll see me on campus and they'll say hi, and it's honestly amazing.
Yeah, just to have like a friendly face.
Oh, yeah.
Just to have that smiling face on campus. You can't beat that.
Yeah, it takes too much energy to be petty, so.
Right, right. Right. It takes too much energy to do that. Just to have fun and enjoy your life and enjoy your experience on campus takes nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're actively just enjoying the space around you, and that's what matters.
Exactly, and it makes your 4 years go by a lot faster, but you actually enjoy it.
So fast.
Yeah.
So fast. College is a quick experience.
Yeah.
It's so fast.
Maybe in the beginning it's slow, but.
Right, but I think it's nice though that you kind of start off slow because you need that space to kind of just grow and expand. I've told everyone that I've talked to, prospective student-wise, that you're going from one building with the same people you've known for 4 years to now a different building every day with different people every day. It's a whole new ballpark. So it's nice that you kind of have that slow part at first, and then it ramps up and you're just like, oh wow, I did it.
Yeah, and it's super nice to see like the different perspectives that they have. Like, I really do enjoy like just networking with people and like finding out like what they either view or what they believe, and like especially like it doesn't do it justice. Like people don't ever talk about how like when they say diverse, they mean diverse. Like campus is, you meet so many different people from so many different cultures, and it's just amazing. Like the fact that we all kind of ended up here is wild to me.
Right, and I think it helps anyone kind of go off into, once they're graduated, go off into that adult life and learn so much more about the world just because of their college experience that they've had.
Yeah, it really teaches you how to like interact with people.
Yes.
I had someone from like Ravenna ask me, they're like, is college worth it? And I'm like, honestly, it really does just teach you how to interact with people. Right. Because you're in the same small town every year doing the same thing until you graduate. And it's like you come out into the real world and you have to know how to like order, you have to know how to order stuff when it's not your usual order in your usual place. And it's like you have to actually know how to interact with human beings. Yeah. And it's just, it's amazing.
It is. It's truly something to grab a hold of and keep with you for those 4 years.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Some people from back home think I'm a little weird because I like just talk to random people and I'm like, it's more fun.
You're learning experiences every day.
Exactly.
So enjoy those conversations. Right. All right. So what do you hope to take away from your experience? You know, we've been talking about this experience piece and all the things that we've learned, but what do you hope to take away from that once you are graduated?
Honestly, like, for one, a degree, but other than that, really just like the experiences. Like, I know like everyone always says like college is like your time to shine, and especially for someone like me who hasn't had like the traditional college experience. It's amazing to like have those experiences, have those friends, have like just be able to say like you did that in college. You know what I mean? Like just enjoying your time here. I mean, classes and stuff, of course, and having to know your major. But like I think we get so hung up on like the fact that college is like about the education, about this, but you got to have your own personal experience too.
Yeah.
You know?
All those experiences shape you into who you are, and it really just defines and sets the tones for that success after college.
No, yeah, I definitely agree. And it's like, especially when you start getting passionate about what you're learning, like that's where recently I've been kind of hitting that path, because it's just like you start getting so passionate, then you start following current events and you start following like where your major might be affected in the world, especially with like everything going on now. And it's like, it makes you start thinking like, you start blurring the line between college and real life.
Right.
And then it's like, it feels like kind of like you're ready.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
You know.
Okay, so out of experiences, out of the people you met, out of the things you've gotten to do on this campus, what's been the biggest lesson you've learned?
People are different, and it's hard to do this because sometimes even I do this, but like people are different. You can't generalize people. Like they might have the same experiences, they might have gone through like the same things, but they can interpret them very differently. And I think what I've really learned is like that is not the case. Like you really cannot generalize. You can't assume. Always ask, because like someone who went through the same trauma like 2 years ago may not handle it the same way. Yeah. And it's the same thing with like classes, the same thing with like every aspect of their life. Mm-hmm. So like honestly, if that's the one thing that I've learned from coming to college, is that people have different perspectives, they have different takes on life, and you can't generalize.
Right, right. And I think that's what's nice about being on a campus like this, is that there's so many different experiences and there's so many different stories, and that's what makes our campus. That's what makes student life. That's what makes this rich experience rich, is all those different perspectives.
I definitely agree. And it's like, even from the small things, like I was over the summer, like because DKSU, I've had to follow me, and I
Yeah.
had a lightsaber, of course, because I'm a big Star Wars nerd. But like, and one of my friends, Mubarak, he's like, from where he's from, he's like, that's just childish, but he thought it was super cool, and it's like for him to like think it's super cool, but like in his culture, like that's basically frowned upon. It's just it's really interesting because you never think about that on a daily basis. It's stuff like that. It's very interesting. It's just the small things.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I was on the same floor as Mubarak freshman year.
Are you serious?
So yeah, I know him as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, also my follow me was Randall the dinosaur. Just saying, he was a dinosaur pool noodle. So like, I feel like it fit the vibe of summer.
Yeah, but mine lit up, so.
I'll give you it. I will give
Yeah.
you that one. You win. But they are pretty fun to have a follow me.
Yeah.
So what's the best advice that you've received in your time at Kent State?
What's the best advice I received? Oh my gosh. Honestly, like, and this is gonna shout out SSP, but like, get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's gonna suck in like the first 30 seconds, but like, just being stagnant in your everyday life, like, that just sounds boring. You know what I mean? Like, get out there and do something that you want to do. Like, even if you're scared of doing it, just do it. Like,
Student Success Programs teaches us so much, and that staff is insane with the way that they know how to teach us. So yeah, right for that.
Yeah.
Right for that advice.
I would say, especially considering like it doesn't just apply to college.
Right.
Like even if I didn't take some of the risks I did now, I probably wouldn't have the jobs that I have off campus, or even just apply to the jobs that I'm trying to apply to now. So it's like,
It's crazy how one small thing can be said in just like even just a passing conversation, and it'll stick with you.
Oh yeah.
And take you so far.
Oh yeah. Most definitely. Especially within SSP, where it's like, I really do think it's a lot about personal growth, and it's like to really have that like push and that empowerment is just amazing. And like, if it was for them, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at right now.
Right.
Yeah.
No, they are a huge driving force for a lot of the students on this campus and a lot of success on this campus. That's why they're student success programs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's in the name. It's set in stone.
I definitely agree. And like even with like peer success mentor and stuff like that, it's like it really does branch out. Like it gives you that like free space to just find people that may not be comfortable talking on campus, and then like their peer success mentor is gonna be like getting out of their comfort zone, and that's gonna make the students get out of their comfort zone, and then we're all not being, idle people on their phones.
Exactly. So taking that and learning that and talking about that same thing with student success programs and you being a trainer and a mentor, things like that, has there been a moment where you've been able to give advice? And if so, what's the best advice that you think you've given?
That I've given? Honestly, it was as recent. I think the best advice I've given is that like not everything comes from malice. A lot of it comes from ignorance and like, or even just like a misunderstanding, and like really taking that and like trying to take a step back from it and then reevaluate it and then making your decision. That's probably best advice I've given recently.
Huge.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of times when we're going from that high school experience to the college experience, a lot of that is taken into it, and just changing your perspective and changing your understanding, because that's what college is about.
I would say, especially nowadays where it's like, where there's so much hate in the world, and it's like, it's so easy to hate, and it's like to really take a step back is really where you have to like, you have to like rethink it through. Even if it takes like 2 weeks, even if it takes like just a day, like you have to rethink it through, because like sometimes like that's what can end friendships.
Right. And that's why we build these better understandings. It's that way you're building that level of that understanding together. And so by understanding, you're becoming more of that together piece. And I think that's a huge part of our university, is being together.
I would say, and then that in return makes such a better community, and like it makes such a more like, okay, well, if that's how you feel, then at least then I know, and like you've taken time to like understand it. Yeah.
All right. I've had these sitting here for like, as we start to wrap up. These are 5 rapid fire questions.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you the question.
Okay.
First answer you got, all right? Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Best spot to study on campus?
Library, most definitely.
Library, nice. All right, if you have one choice between the two, Einstein's or Starbucks, which one do you take?
Starbucks.
Starbucks?
Yeah.
All right, what's your go-to order?
Oh my god, honestly, I just tell them to make whatever sometimes. Like I'll literally just be like, make whatever, and then they're like, okay, what do you want? I'm like, literally anything.
Yeah, just whatever tastes good.
Anything that'll help me study.
Honestly, yeah. All right, favorite hall that you lived in on campus?
Verter.
Verter.
That's a hot take, and I know it's a very hot take, but like the sense of community that we had there, like honestly, if they would have kept it online for one more year, I probably would have lived there again.
There you go. There you go. I think it's huge to have those communities, even if it's like somewhere where nobody wants to go or anything like that. The community you're going to build is way better than the name of the place.
Most definitely, and like the people, I always see the people from Verter, which is wild to me. But every time I see them, we just like chat it up, because we all say the same thing. We miss Verter.
Yeah.
Because like the amount of people that we met there, it's just
All right, last question. This is very serious. Favorite spot downtown and why?
Oh, Pacific East.
Ooh, yeah.
Their sushi is amazing. It's always consistent, and the TMT roll.
Good choice. Good choice. Well, thank you for joining me today.
Of course.
This has been so much fun, and I'm glad we got to get our coffees and just hang out.
Just chilling.
Yeah.